Right now,
Oh, no.
you are holding a countdown in
Not
your
again.
hands that ends in exactly
Please, no.
Too
30,000
many.
days.
Losing them.
If you're
It's too
30
much.
years old today, you've already watched 11,000 of those days
Gone?
vanish forever.
Gone?
And the scary part isn't the time you've lost. It's how little you remember of it.
Years.
Most of us are trapped in time
Months.
blindness, where repetitive routines make years blur into months because our brains have stopped recording the details of a stagnant
Nothing
life.
recorded.
We keep trying to solve this with time management, but your calendar is a liar. You don't have a time problem. You have
The
an
energy
energy
problem is
problem.
here.
The energy management paradox. We've
We
been
must
taught that
address this
success is about grinding and rigid 47-step morning routines. But life is actually laughably simple. The backwards law proves that the harder you desperately chase things like peace or productivity through force, the more they elude you. Think of your energy like a battery, not a clock.
And that's how you get your
Time
multiplier.
passes whether you use it or not, but energy is the multiplier that determines if those hours actually count. Most people feel mentally exhausted
High energy.
despite doing almost nothing
Low
meaningful
energy.
because they are trapped in a state of high stimulation but low fulfillment. You feel busy all day, yet mentally dissatisfied at night because your attention was consumed
Done
by
everything.
micro distractions rather than invested in deep work.
Felt nothing.
Every time you switch tabs or check a
I must
notification,
choose. Switch?
you pay
No,
a switching
notification.
cost
Switch.
that drains
Bell.
your cognitive fuel, leaving you with cognitive residue that makes the next task feel twice as heavy. The biological engine, the circadian
Work with it.
reset. To master your energy, you have to stop fighting your biology and start working with it. Your
The
brain isn't just a thinking
biological
machine.
organ.
It's a biological organ that requires a night shift for waste removal. During deep sleep, your brain physically contracts to allow cerebral spinal fluid to wash away metabolic toxins.
No, no.
If you skip this,
Too many.
you're trying to work in a cluttered
I can't
office
breathe.
where every decision takes more effort. Sleep isn't just rest, it's maintenance for your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for self-control. Your energy levels are also dictated by a built-in clock that resets every morning. The most powerful brain hack isn't a supplement. It's getting natural light within the first hour of waking up. This resets your circadian rhythm, directly boosting serotonin and energy levels while preparing you for better sleep later. When you ignore this and immediately spike your system with the dopamine hijack and
graph begins
reward
with
sensitivity.
Then, a rapid dopamine
The
spike.
reason you can't sit still for 10
Watch out for the
minutes without
crash.
reaching for a distraction is that your brain
one
has
more
been
look. I
rewired
can't
by
stop.
variable rewards.
You're almost
Like a
there.
slot machine in your pocket, social media feeds you unpredictable hits of novelty that raise your dopamine baseline. When this baseline is too high, normal life feels bland. Reading feels slow, and deep work feels painful because your brain's reward threshold has shifted. You aren't lazy. You are
used to be a
suffering
little
from
lazy,
reduced reward
But
sensitivity.
That's not me anymore.
To fix this, you don't need a monk-style
Cut the
isolation. You need to reduce the noise. By aggressively cutting out short-form content and building boredom tolerance, you allow your internal voice to return. Boredom is actually the bridge to creativity and deep thinking, but we treat it like an emergency to be solved with a swipe. The
Your
80-20
habits
energy
create
audit.
your
To prevent
problems.
burnout, you must apply the 80-20
80%
principle to your effort.
problems.
20% of your habits create 80% of your problems,
20%
while 20% of your tasks produce 80% of your value. Most of what we do is expensive noise. We major in minor things, filling our days with busy work that gives us the illusion of progress, while our real priorities slip away.
The 90-second emotional valve. A massive, hidden energy drain is emotional rumination. We spend hours or days angry or stressed. But neuroscience shows that the physiological response of any emotion lasts exactly 90 seconds. When an emotion triggers, chemicals flood your body and are flushed out in a minute and a half, unless you keep the circuit going with your thoughts and stories.
Identify your vital 20%, the tasks and relationships that actually energize you, and double down on them. Everything else is a candidate for strategic quitting or elimination. Stop trying to be the CEO of life and start being a surfer. You can't control the ocean, the external chaos, but you can master your ride, your actions and reactions. Instead of reacting, observe the physical sensation, the heat in your face or the tightness in your chest, and count to 90 while breathing.
The compound effect of micro-habits. Transformation doesn't happen through rare, extreme efforts. It happens through the compound effect. A 1% daily improvement equals a 3,778% improvement over a year. Success isn't a sprint, it's math. If you read 10 pages a day, you finish 12 books a year. If you exercise for 15 minutes daily, you transform your body. Small choices seem meaningless until they suddenly aren't. Consistency creates identity. When you stop relying on fleeting motivation and focus on building sustainable systems, like screen-free mornings or intentional movement, your brain starts seeing these as your default state. You stop needing willpower because your environment is designed to make the right choice the easiest one. The closing insight. Life isn't about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself, one habit at a time. Your 30,000 days are passing whether you use them wisely or not. And your energy is the only currency that can buy back your sense of presence and fulfillment. You have the manual now. Protect your sleep, reset your rhythm with light, audit your dopamine, and ride the 90-second emotional wave. Stop waiting for someday to start living, because someday is a dangerous word that tricks you into thinking you have infinite time. Pick one micro-habit today, just one, and commit to it for 7 days. If you want more strategies to master your mind and protect your most valuable asset, your attention, subscribe to the channel. The best time to start making your hours count isn't